Welcome to my city, Gary, Indiana. In 1967, we elected the first black mayor of any major city. His name is Richard Gordon Hatcher. Mayor Hatcher served 5 consecutive terms from 1967 to 1987. No one since Mayor Hatcher has equaled that feat in longevity. During his term, Mayor Hatcher stood side by side with Bobby Kennedy in the fight for equality for all people. On Tuesday, the citizens of Gary go to the polls to elect a new mayor. In the running is his daughter, Ragen Hatcher. In a recent interview, former Mayor Hatcher spoke about leadership and the qualities that he felt the next mayor should have.
You know what, let's talk about servant leadership, because it's clear, Mr. Hatcher, that you've been a servant leader for years. What is servant leadership?
One of the things that it means is that you don't focus on yourself. You focus on whatever the issues are that need to be addressed, and you try to help people understand those issues and get involved.
Better government in Gary. That's something that we all, as citizens, as residents, as people who don't live in the community but live in communities attached and in the same county as Gary, that's what we all strive for. We're not looking for Gary just to be a great city, but we want Gary to be the anchor of Lake County.
Unfortunately, too many people see leadership positions as being equal to leadership, and that's just not true. They get in the position, they say, I've made it, I'm this, I'm that, and they really don't think about, why are you there? Why did the people put you there? They put you there to provide leadership and direction for them, and to make their lives better, not to make your life better, but to make their lives better. And so we need more of that kind of visionary leadership here in our city. We have some, but
we have to have honesty and transparency in government. We say that a lot and we hear it often. However, how do we do that? How do we become transparent in what we do here in our community? First of all, we have to have information ready for citizens.
Pointing out what is possible for us. And we need more of that in Gary. Unfortunately, Gary has not had a great deal of leadership in recent years.
But we want the mayor's office to be an open invitation, as well as the council office, as well as every other administrative office in the city of Gary. We don't want the red tape, we don't want the quid pro quos. We want to make sure that people can come in, get business done, and leave out of this community. We have to be able to get online like every other community in this county does and pull up the information off of our city's website. Not just budgetary items, but also city council items. We need to have full disclosure of the ordinances that go in front of the council every 2 weeks, including any attachments and any amendments. There should be all backup documents available. These are small things that I'm talking about. A clear website, a place where you can go and pay your traffic ticket online, somewhere where you can go to get all the documents that contracts that may have been passed through the city. Milwaukee is starting a program that deals with urban farms, in which they take old dilapidated buildings or even sometimes homes. They completely gut them out, they get the proper type of ventilation for them, and they grow complete farms inside of these buildings. So for instance, there may be 5 buildings on a block. One may be growing vegetables, the next fruit, and it just goes on and on. It's a wonderful idea, and they took this district of Milwaukee to do it. Now, in our planning handbook that goes to the development of the city of Gary, we have built in the urban farms and the community gardens.
And particularly our young people. That's the target that we need to focus on.
But I've also been prepared in the experience that I've had in this community, in this county, over the last 10 years. Not only have I acquired the knowledge through a finance degree, a master's of finance, a master's of business administration, but I also have the ability to read contracts as an attorney and make sure that those dollars are going to the correct places. Finally, I have been successfully elected in this community only 4 years ago as a council at large candidate. But in my time on the council, I've learned about very in-depth knowledge about council and budgetary issues in the city of Gary. So on May 3rd, please remember me. I'm last on the ballot, but I'm first for the city of Gary.
Mr. Hatcher, thank you so much.
Thank you very
Former Mayor Hatcher has been invited back to Harvard Law School, where he will again help train the best legal minds of America. And in addition to Ragen, he has raised two other daughters, one a practicing attorney and the other currently in law school. There are those that say that Ragen is too young and that she is not ready to become mayor of Gary. Sadly, the same thing was said about President Obama at the time he ran for his office. Yet, closer to home, Ragen is the exact same age her father was when he became mayor of Gary at the age of 32. Yet, the most hurtful thing that I've heard about Ragen's candidacy is this, and that is that Richard Hatcher was responsible for the beginning of Gary's downfall, and that he would guide her to do the same thing all over again. As I have maintained time and time again, we are all responsible for the downfall of Gary, not just one person, all of us. We did not have to take our money out to South Lake and spend it all in Maryville instead of leaving it here in Gary. We did not have to get our education, our bachelor's degree, our master's degrees, and then move away from Gary. We did not have to turn our back on crime instead of help those in charge fight it. It is unfair to blame one person when we all should look in the mirror for the downfall of Gary. There's no doubt in anybody's mind that the next mayor of Gary will be a female, and it's probably about time, and it will make history once more. Gary's next mayor should be Miss Ragen Hatcher. She has a clear, concise plan that is full of technology and great innovative ideas that can work here in the city of Gary. It is more than time to put away the old ideas and start to embrace the new ideas of the next generation. Ragen Hatcher has the leadership qualities that can take us into the next generation. Allow her the opportunity to do so by being your next mayor. And if her father does give her advice about all the things he did wrong as mayor, all the better for the city of Gary. Let Gary make history one more time by electing his first black female mayor, Ragen Hatcher.
So on May 3rd, please remember me. I'm last on the ballot, but I'm first for the city of Gary.